lot of mistakes in my writing. I am not good at English. It's very hard for me to communicate or speak in English. How to improve the grammar real quick? I want to learn new words every day. Where can I find a channel that teaches simple English online? Hello everyone, my name is Source of Hate and you can call me Steve. Welcome to Steve the Prodigy. In this channel, you will learn a lot from me. You will get new English video lessons alongside with the general knowledge video every week. And you can learn from a very simple explanation that will help you learn faster. More than that, you will gain new knowledge every week from this channel. Don't forget to subscribe in order to be part of the Prodigy. Today, you are going to learn a very interesting lesson. So, have you ever made a mistake while speaking in English? Why should you learn about common English mistakes? While you are trying to perfect your English, most of the time, you always make mistakes. But in order to learn better, you need to make some mistakes. So, today's lessons, you are going to study about 10 common English mistakes that you should not make in English. So let's go. For the first common mistake in English, we are going to have a look at this first example. Everyone are sad. Everyone are sad. Everyone is the subject of the sentence. Are is the verb, sad is the subjective complement or objects of this sentence. So now, everyone here is one of the indefinite pronouns. You might be wondering what is indefinite pronoun and what are they? Indefinite pronoun is pronoun that refer to non-specific beings or objects or places. And they are everybody, everyone, everythings, nobody, no one, nothings, somebody, someone, something, anybody, anyone, anything. Okay, so indefinite pronoun is always singular pronoun. So when indefinite pronoun is used as the subject of a sentence, indefinite pronoun is the singular subject. According to the subject-verb agreement rules, singular subject always followed by singular verb. So singular subject plus with singular verb. Singular subject can be singular noun, can be singular pronoun. And because indefinite pronoun is singular pronoun, so it is the singular subject. So it is always followed by the singular verb. So this sentence, everyone are sad, is not correct. The reason is that because the main verb here or the verb to be here, are, is not singular verb. Are is the plural forms or plural verb of the verb to be. So we have to change are here to is. So the correct sentence here is everyone is sad. Now let's go and study the second common mistake in English. For the second common mistake in English, we are going to take a look at the second example. I will do it if I will have enough time. I will do it if I will have enough time. If you take a look closer at the sentence, it is written in the first conditional. First conditional is a grammar point in English that we use it to talk about possibility or something that is likely to happen, or we can say in short, possible condition. First conditional is a conditional sentence that is divided into two clauses. The first clause is called main clause, and the second clause is called if clause. Both clauses can be used interchangeably, referring to the positions in a sentence. So if we look at this sentence again, I will do it if I will have enough time. I will do it is the main clause, and if I will have enough time is the if clause. In the first conditional, main clause is always used in the future simple tense, and the if clause is always used in the present simple tense. So if we take a look again at the second example here, we can see a mistake. I will do it if I will have enough time. So the if clause is not used in the present simple tense according to the forms of the first conditional. So in order to correct this sentence, we have to change it to I will do it if I have enough time. Okay, now let's continue to study the third common mistakes in English. So here's the third common mistake in English. Let's take a look at this example. I want that you make breakfast. I want that you make breakfast. The pronoun that is never used after the verb want. After the verb want, we always plus it with the to infinitive. To infinitive refer to to plus verb. There are many other verbs that replace them with the to infinitive, such as ask, prefer, invite, intend, order, and persuade. When we use all of them to talk about request, desire, or order. So in order to correct this sentence, we change it to I want you to make breakfast. I want you to make breakfast. Let's continue to study the fourth common mistake in English. Do you understand how to use for and sin correctly in English? Let me give you some examples so that you will understand how to use them correctly. The first example, I have studied at American Intercon School for 2018. The second example, he has worked at this company since 3 years. So let's take a look closer at these two examples. They are not correct. Why? Because for is used to talk about the duration of time, and sin is used to talk about starting point of time. For example, when we talk about the duration of time, when we use for, they are 3 years, 2 weeks, 12 months, 5 hours. When we talk about the starting point of time, when we use sin, they are 2017, Friday, 2 o'clock in the morning. So if we go back and correct the two sentences, we can change them into the first sentence, I have studied at American Intercon School for 3 years. The second sentence, he has worked at this company since 2018. Let's go and study the fifth common mistakes in English. This is the fifth common mistake in English. Look at this example. I go there with my 3 years old sister. So when we talk about age, year is always plural. You add s to the word year. But you have to remember that you only add s to the word year and make it plural after you use it with verb to be. So for example, when you are asked, how old are you? So when you answer to this question, you answer, I am 10 years old. I am 10 years old. You add s to the word year. But let's take a look at this example again. I go there with my 3 years old sister. Here, 3 years old is the adjective. So when it is in the adjective form, years has no s. Year is singular. So over here, you have to omit S and change the sentence to I go there with my 3-year-old sister. Now, move on to study the sixth common mistake in English. This is the sixth common mistake in English. This example, she is thinking to do her homework. She is thinking to do her homework. So you have to remember the structure after the word think. Think about doing something. Think of doing something. So if you want to correct this sentence and make it correct, you change it to she is thinking about doing her homework. She is thinking of doing her homework. So now let's take a look at the 7 common mistakes in English. This is the 7 common mistakes in English. This example, my workplace is near to the gym. My workplace is near to the gym. So the word near has the same meaning to the phrase close to. I repeat, the word near has the same meaning to the phrase close to. So when you want to use it in this type of sentence, you change it to my workplace is close to the gym. My workplace is close to the gym, and it has the same meaning. Now, let's go and study about the 8 common mistakes in English. For the 8 common mistakes in English, we are going to study about how to use verb after the adjective. So let's look at this example. It is important practice English. It is important practice English. So we have an adjective here, important. And after important, when you want to use verb, you always use to infinitive or to plus verb after the adjective. So in order to correct this sentence, you change it to it is important to practice English. Let's keep rolling to study about the 9 common mistakes in English. This is the 9 common mistakes in English, and I'm going to teach you 2 key terms that you are always confused when you want to use them in a sentence. So the first word is lend or loan, and the second word is borrow. Now let's take a look at these 2 sentences. The first sentence, can I lend or loan you the car? The second sentence, I will borrow you the car. So now, if you want to correct the 2 sentences, you have to understand when do we use lend or loan and when do we use borrow. Borrow means to take. Lend or loan means to give. You might be wondering, what's the difference between lend or loan? Loan is used in American English. So now let's correct the 2 sentences. Number 1, can I borrow your car? Or can I borrow the car? Number 2, I will lend you the car. Or I will loan you the car. Last but not least, we are going to study the 10 common mistakes in English. Let's go. Finally, this is the last common mistake in English, the 10th. So, let's take a look at this example. We arrived to the bus station at 7 a.m. So in English, you have to understand that we use go to or get to. But when we use arrive, it is arrive at. Arrive at a place or arrive in a city or arrive in a country. So do not make mistake. Here come to the end of the lessons about the 10 common mistakes in English, and I hope you learn a lot from me. Hopefully, you won't make those mistakes. So thank you for paying attention and trying your best to study in this online class. If you like the content, do not forget to click subscribe in order to get more videos, useful videos. Thank you and good luck. Goodbye.